Yeah, that was just a bad shot. He did not get that ball out on the lane. He set it short, ball hooked early. He's talking to himself, but he's fortunate because Tim Criss is not doing a lot right now. He still finds himself with a 2-pin lead, even though he's only had 2 strikes, and this will be his 4th spare of the match.
Philly Frames has been no problem. Stringing strikes, certainly a problem for both players. Our semifinal match is halfway over. The difference is 2 pins. Norm Duke has them. Will he hang on to them? Well, we'll find out what Criss does when we come back. Stay with us.
I really do.
8 pins. The difference, Criss has them. Trying for 3 in a row, lane 31. Boy, they're getting some breaks hitting that nose and breaking these splits.
Yeah, they're not.
I keep wanting to help it over there.
You see what he just said? He said, why do I keep trying to help it? And the reason he's trying to help it is because he's afraid if he lets it go, it won't get back. As you can see, this ball never got far enough to the right. It's going right through the heart. You can see the difference. The entry angle was much different on that particular shot. Fortunate to leave a makeable spare.
No trouble with the 6-10. The difference 6 pins. Duke searching for the answers.
And they're giving, Tim Criss is giving Norm Duke a lot of opportunities to figure out this championship pair. He's back to that same red ball he was using earlier in the match.
Hooks it in there perfectly. Norm can hook it. He can throw it straight. I asked him, how do you choose which to do when?
Well, you know, that's a tough thing, and I've come to say to myself, all right, let the lane dictate everything. And that way I put the onus on myself. If I'm really sharp at throwing the ball straight and hooking it, and I'm confident at it, then the lane will dictate that to me. Where you get a problem is if you're really confident at one and not the other, you kind of choose the one you're confident with, and that'll get you in trouble.
Mike, on that last shot, he used the same ball, but he threw it a little bit straighter.
Oh, he trips the 4-pin out of there. He says, about time.
He's gone back to the original ball, but he's changed his release. He's not trying to hook the ball quite as much. As you can see, a great break right here for the double. It's coming in high. Trips out the 4-7.
So is he playing for the ball to hold?
Now Tim Criss is down by 4 pins.
8th frame.
Working on a spare.
His good lane. That's why maybe the biggest shot of his young career coming up right here.
Oh, I agree with you 100%, Mike. He's on the tougher of the 2 lanes, a lane that he's afraid to trust the ball on.
All right.
He's got a chance to double, get back into the lead, put the pressure back on Norm Duke. Does he trust the ball? We'll just have to wait and see.
I'm sure that's what he's thinking in his mind.
It has to be.
He did. He trusted it, and it worked.
What a great shot in a huge, huge position in the game.
This match goes back and forth. Tim Criss doubling to take the lead back by 6 pins.
You know, Norm Duke has such good touch with the way that he releases the ball. He can control the amount of revolutions that he puts onto the ball to go back into the lead.
Just never comfortable. Leaves the 6-10 still in the match.
Well, you can see the angle of this shot. It was just left of target, right off his hand. And once again, our players are fortunate they're not leaving splits. Staying with that ball to shoot the spare, he'll throw it hard and straight.
Ooh, he's got it. What's he asking for?
He's asking for tape. He's asking for tape. He didn't. I think that's what he was disappointed with.
Ball didn't feel right.
Shot. He didn't have the proper feel of the ball. You know, when you're out there bowling under the lights and it is warm down there, your hand has a tendency to shrink and swell.
So he's using a sure hook in that ball, putting tape behind it.
He uses a cork, insert, and tape behind it, very much like what I've done for the majority of my career. I've stopped doing that in the last couple of years, but I used to always use the tape in back of the cork. Tim Criss is watching as he has an 8-pin lead on Norm Duke.
Right there, maybe his best shot of the game right there.
Well, right there, he forces Tim Criss to show up in the 10th frame. With one more strike, he would force Tim Criss to strike the first ball in the 10th frame.
One more. Takes a 2-pin lead. For the lead. And knocks the 10-pin.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure Karen's at home right now running him out, his young son, Brandon. I wonder if Norm's dog, Mandy, is watching. I don't know.
Both players looking over at the score as we look at a replay of that last shot.
What a great shot. And watch the action of the 6-pin as it just annihilates the 10.
Now he needs 9, right?
And he loves it. He says, that's the one. He needs at least 9 pins. Actually, if he gets 8 pins,
yeah.
8 pins, it forces Tim Criss to strike. He's going to throw the ball hard and straight, right down the middle. Very professional shot for the fill shot. Didn't want to take a chance of leaking it out too far and getting 6 or 7. It forces Tim Criss to get up and throw a strike on his good lane. You once again have to wonder, why would Norm let him finish on lane 32?
Well, he struck out on 31 where he had to. That's why.
Maybe he wants to post the score first.
Yeah.
A lot of players like to finish first.
Tim Criss for the win. Oh, and a solid 10-pin.
And did you see Norm saying, great shot? And his wife, Sherry, is just crushed by that. But it's very much like Pete Weber. When he made the shot, it just didn't respond as far as knocking all the pins down. Oh, it's little consolation, but it feels better in the long run when you made a good shot and it doesn't get a strike than if you get up there and dog it through the nose. With a strike here, he'll finish with 213. Norm Duke shoots 215.
Tim Criss finishes with 211 and loses by 215 to Norm Duke. So that's his best finish. Third place is the highest place he's ever finished in a PBA tournament, with $7,000. Our next stop coming up is the